Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a second to talk about how Not Just Piano started. Um, Tonight is the 10-year anniversary of Not Just Piano Music Studio starting, and thinking about how this all started is quite emotional because this business was not even supposed to last this long. I wasn't expecting it to last this long. I stepped out in faith, and it turned into what it turned into. Um, this started, with a story of pain and rejection and abandonment and not knowing what to do with the new chapter in my life, with the new place in my life that I was left in. And I was abandoned and rejected. And my ex-husband divorced me. We were married for 18 years, and I was a housewife and minister's wife and had all these labels, and all of that just came crashing down. And I found myself with new labels. Single mom label, on welfare label, with two young girls, and not knowing what to do and not having any money. And I just was in such a broken place. And I just remember in my desperation crying out to God of, what do I do? What does my life look like now? And I just remember God drawing me to the piano like he did when I was young. And I started playing piano when I was 4 years old, and I can't tell you why the piano was something that I was drawn to. It was just something that was magnetic for me. And I was always on it, and I was in my own world, and I created all of these scenarios and environments, and just played and poured my heart out, and my emotions were poured out on these keys. And it was how I connected to God as a young child. And he brought me back to that, and he said, Deanna, that's the place where you're going to meet me. And I just remember playing in that pain, playing in that fear, and playing in that place of unknowns for the future. And I just remember him telling me, I want you to teach. And I'm like, teach what? I don't know. I don't have anything to teach. I don't have a degree. I don't have, what do you want me to do? And it was just a lot of, stuttering. And I was like, I don't have anything to offer. I don't have anything to offer anyone, and I remember God telling me that I want you to offer what I've given you. And I've given you a gift, and I've given you the ability to connect to me through your gift. And I've given you the ability to connect to your emotions through that gift. And I want you to pass that along to other children. And that just touched me at a deeper level, because I'm a person of purpose. And I was like, I need a purpose for my life. I need a purpose for my existence. And I just remember hearing legacy. What are you leaving when you leave this earth? And what am I leaving behind? And I wanted to be a person that left something behind. I wanted to see fruit. I wanted to see growth through the lives of other people. And for me, if there was a way for people to grow through my pain, as a result of my pain, in some way gave that pain some type of purpose. And I stepped out, and I had always taught, privately for, 10, 20 years, but this is when it actually became something, and I honestly did not expect it to grow to the place that it grew to be, and I just postured myself in a place of, I'm going to give you what I have. And I just remember there were so many times where I'm like, I don't have a nice house. I don't have a nice this. I don't have a nice that. And I just got to a place where I was like, I'm going to offer you guys my home. I'm going to open up my home to you, and I'm going to teach, and I'm going to pour into your kids' lives. And I hope and I pray that it takes root, and that it creates something bigger than me in them, and when I was looking back and trying to figure out how many students I've actually taught, I actually never counted, because I didn't think that it was going to last this long. And I've literally taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of young people and adults. And I didn't expect the level of success that I had. And so I'm very grateful tonight for what God has done in my life, what he's done through me. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you guys have been You guys have been amazing. I've not expected the level of blessings that I've gotten from you and from your children, and the level of love that I've gotten from you guys over the years. Some of you have followed me from every place that I've been, and some of you have walked through hard times with me. Some of you have walked through surgeries with me, and illness and sickness and death. You guys have stuck with me and followed me, and I really appreciate that. NotJustPiano would not be what it is if it wasn't for you. And so I decided today that I was gonna go ahead and play for you guys, and I'm just gonna make it up, and I'm gonna play for you guys how I played when I was a kid, when I would just sit there and I would just go to another place and I would just play until I felt emotion, until I felt peace. And so this is my gift to you. I hope you enjoy it.